far corner of Triangle Alley, below the whooshing sound of a sparkling TR-3B, at the edge of a dark forest where lumbering beasts dwell. It's Beyond the Beyond with Tanner Rush.
Beyond the Beyond, Bigfoot, got on tape. In the 1990s, shows about the paranormal weren't as prevalent as they are today. There was no YouTube with literally thousands of documentaries on the subject. The History Channel was in its infancy and mostly produced shows about history. There was no Ancient Aliens, The Unexplained, Project Blue Book, Finding Bigfoot, Monster Quest, Ghost Adventures, Haunted Histories, or The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. I had to hunt down books, magazines, and really anything I could get my hands on about the subject. And I did. As far as television was concerned, there wasn't really many options. Sometimes Unsolved Mysteries, hosted by the always excellent Robert Stack, see a song about him I wrote below, would have a bit about UFOs or the Loch Ness Monster, but other than that, the pickings were slim. Then, in October of 1991, Sightings premiered. It was a Fox TV show that covered every aspect of the paranormal. Ghosts, UFOs, psychic activity, conspiracy theories, mysterious locations, the whole gambit. One episode on cryptozoology particularly caught my attention. On the show, they featured the Patterson Gimlin Bigfoot footage. Before this, I had only been able to see still photos of the film that supposedly depicted two men encountering a Bigfoot near Bluff Creek, California. But to see it live and in color was something else entirely. You can watch the stabilized footage here. Another piece of intriguing footage was captured by Paul Friedman in Washington State. This video captures a dark figure walking through the trees, with Freeman somewhat freaking out on the other side of the camera. He was an avid Bigfoot enthusiast. Some say he faked it, while others stand by the footage and claim it is, in fact, genuine.
Can't see much up through here. I hear the brush popping and stuff. Oh, there he goes.
There's this Sasquatch carrying a baby. Here, a skunk ape can be seen digging into a tree. Side note, see how big it is once it eventually stands up. There's videos by Todd Standing. Now these videos are most likely hoaxes, and you can read more about that below. A Bigfoot crossing the river in Michigan can be seen here. And of course, there's the recent Oklahoma Bigfoot video posted to TikTok. Now, this was done for a commercial. One of my favorites is this video, taken in Vancouver in 2013, that shows a Bigfoot from behind, perhaps foraging, in the middle of a forest. Bob Gimlin, not to be confused with Bob Gimlin, shares an excellent analysis here.
I see an upright figure, hair clad. The frame is zoomed in on the subject, and the camera is quite steady, which is difficult to do when zoomed in. It sure looks sizable. It interacts with the foliage. Some people have pointed out that there's a fabric end here, and they've claimed that the subject is simply a person covered in a sheet, or maybe a dirty wool blanket. I guess because of this abrupt ending right here, which certainly could be the case. Though I've heard from many sources that the alleged creatures have an undercoat and overcoat.
In the age of information, we are now flooded, if you want it, with a sea of information about the so-called paranormal. You could probably watch a Bigfoot show 3 times a day until you were old, gray, and decomposing in your lazy boy recliner. UFOs are everywhere in the media, and like-minded people can join groups and connect with others who are into the subject anywhere in the world. But with the good comes the bad. TV shows with goofy leads have made a mockery out of the subject. 10 caricatures camping in the middle of nowhere with cameras, scaring themselves with snapping twigs, and the hiss of the opening of a monster can do more harm to the subject than good. It's drama masquerading as research, with no credible resolution in sight. I'm happy more people are into this stuff. I like that there are 100 different shows to choose from now. I just wish most of them took the subject a little more seriously. But maybe there is a silver lining. Maybe all of the hoaxes, fraudsters, bad TV shows, and blurry videos encourage people to have more curiosity about the world around them. People that normally wouldn't give it a second guess are suddenly intrigued when they see a Sasquatch on TMZ. Looks like a guy in a suit, but maybe, just maybe, I'll leave you with a short video from anthropologist and primatologist Jane Goodall speaking about the possibility of Bigfoot.
I want to talk to you about something that some would say is fictional, but you would say, hold up, we don't know for certain, and that's Bigfoot.
Everybody talks to me about. I'm romantic. I would like Bigfoot to exist. I've met people who swear they've seen Bigfoot. And I think the interesting thing is every single continent, there is an equivalent of Bigfoot or Sasquatch. There's the Yeti, there's the Yari in Australia, there's the Chinese wild man, and on and on and on. And, you know, I've had stories from people who, you have to believe them. So there's something, I don't know what it is. I'm always open-minded.
What about?
Have you seen a Sasquatch, skunk ape, grass man, wood booger, yowie, or abominable snowman? Message me at Beyond the Beyond 1 on Instagram.